A financial analyst, Niyi Akinsiju, says the reactions of the Nigerian government so far over the global drop in oil prices show authorities were not prepared for the fall in prices, even when it was going to happen. Nigeria has had to review its 2015 budget downward twice within 2 weeks following the continued fall in oil prices. The current crude benchmark for the 2015 is now $65 per barrel, but Akinsiju says that might not be realistic.
You expect a proactive government to have seen this coming some 5-6 years ago. The signals to the likelihood of falling oil prices have been abroad, for more than 6 years. The US had discovered the technology to exploit and explore cheaply the shale oil reserve, and plus gas now. Saudi Arabia, the largest oil producer, had been talking about its incapacity to reduce its oil production, because of its need. We also had China trying to replace use of crude oil technology with electric-driven technology. So when you put all that together over the last 10 years, we've been relating with those information. Now, what that tells us is that eventually it will come impact on our economy, because it's the major export that we have. And despite all our propagated effort at diversifying, it's obvious, that we have not done anything out of it. And to make matters worse, the excess crude account had been depleted over time. I was thinking that the excess crude account was supposed to ameliorate things when it comes to a situation like this. We experienced that, I think, 2009 or thereabout, when we had about 30-something billion in our excess crude account, and it was able to cushion the negative effect of falling crude oil prices. Now, this one is more fundamental because there are basic new sources of supply to the world. To the extent that our major importer, has reduced its demand from us to zero, and we've now had to start looking for ad hoc buyers, because if our major buyers are China and India now, they are ad hoc, because we know how these also run their economy. These economies are makeshift economies based on their own homegrown system. It's not the kind of established structure that you have in the US and some European countries. So I still expect the price of crude oil to keep falling. I still think 65 naira, the dollar benchmark, is still high, given what is coming on. Because if we had had some other sources of supply in terms of our own products and all that, perhaps it could help ameliorate whatever is coming in. If China decides today to look for another supplier, and you have so many suppliers now, Angola has joined. Angola is the second largest producer of crude oil behind Nigeria. And the truth also is that they are producing more, because while we are producing, we have oil theft and all that have not been able, government has not been able to take care of that. So Angola would desperately be looking for where to supply. And since the US is not the likely source, likely point of supply, they will also be looking towards China and India. So I see strong competition. Ghana has also discovered oil. Chad is becoming very serious, very desperate to discover. The Gambia, is also discovering. So in the next 1 or 2 years, we expect more supply sources, and that threatens whatever we have. So $65 is still, for me, we're still joking, seriously.